Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And you know, right now, I don't know what the hell is going on in the crypto space. I see people saying things like Ripple is Chinese controlled, and we all know that Ripple is a global company. They're no longer just a US company. I mean, they have locations all around the world. It's the same reason I always said I look at Ripple as being global, but not tied to any one country. But it goes beyond that even. You know, you have people out there just bitching and complaining about the XRP ledger. It got to the point that David Schwartz put out this long post. Now, I'm not going to go through all this post. What I'm going to tell you is this. They seen a need for improvements with the XRP ledger. And people didn't like that they're pushing towards smart contracts and the future verse. And, you know, I think all of these are great ideas. I want to see growth on the XRP ledger because growth on the ledger will lead to value in XRP. I said the same thing about Hedera as they were building out and growing. I said, look at all this growth. Eventually, we're going to see that growth reflected in the price of HBAR. Same thing is going to happen with XRP. And I don't know if some of these people are getting paid to just FUD on XRP now. A lot of them were talking about XRP for years, telling you to go and buy XRP. Now all of a sudden they're talking shit on XRP. And you know, it really just pisses me off because we're so close now. You could tell we're close because even the mainstream media news, they're all focused on Bitcoin. They want everybody's focus there. They don't want you looking at XRP and XLM, which is going to move the world's money around. No, they want you looking at the distraction. But the biggest disruption is what you are holding when you're holding XRP. But I see this all day long. And I mean, these people at this point are just trying to shake people out of their bags. Because if you really know what you're holding, nothing, no amount of misinformation or bullshit is ever going to get you to sell. You know, I stay focused. I look at things that are going on around XRP. I look at the way Ripple's pivoting to in this direction and that direction. These people, they don't like something that they read and right away, oh, XRP is nothing but bullshit now. Make sure you sell your XRP. I see people saying XLM is now the real winner. Listen, XRP and XLM are going to work side by side in the new financial system. They're not fighting each other, so why are we fighting each other? And all David Schwartz is doing is saying, hey, it was time for improvements. These are the improvements we like. Ripple's not changing anything. They're being fully transparent. You see right here, we're committed to it. Regular community calls, design reviews with external community members and stakeholders, blog posts explaining considerations, thought process, and any designs we propose. They're doing it in a fully transparent way. They're not out there to screw anyone over. They just want to improve the technology. Ripple CTO says, I prefer using XRP on the XRP ledger over RLUSD. And you see it right here. Jungle Inc. says, if you were to guess, could you say that at least 50% of RLUSD payments in Ripple's payment flow will run over the XRP ledger based on early planning before launch? David Schwartz says, I'd prefer to see us using XRP on the XRP ledger rather than RLUSD. But I think we'd all prefer anything on XRP ledger over anything else, saving the cost of the centralized exchange is big. So even David says that they want to use XRP. He's all about XRP. He's not out there telling you, hey, look, we're launching this new stablecoin and it's an XRP replacement. Because I see a lot of people fucking saying that too. And I don't like the idea of that because it confuses so many people in this space. You know, there's a lot of new investors coming into this space. A lot of them don't even realize what a stablecoin is compared to XRP, the cryptocurrency that we invest in. So it's creating confusion, it's creating uncertainty, and it's also creating doubt. And I think a lot of these people are getting paid to shield this bullshit. I really do. So don't fall for it. We're too close now. And it looks like Monica Long is doubling down on tokenized UST bills on the XRP ledger, bridging TradeFi and DeFi with Ripple and Open Eden Labs. And we're still waiting on that also. We're waiting for that to go live. But right away, people will say, well, the price of XRP is still sitting here under 60 cents. First off, this is just an announcement. Later, you get the value from that announcement. Like everything, it takes time to build out and grow. I'm still waiting for Archax to come on board with that $30 to $50 trillion in real-world assets. Wait until that happens and the price of XRP absolutely skyrockets from it. Everything good in life is always worth the wait. What's happening here? You see Gemini locking in. Cobb says XRP. Gemini, XRP. But with the X logo in XRP. Does Gemini know something that we don't know? Right now, there's a lot of people speculating on this. But it would make sense for Elon Musk to utilize XRP. And there's a lot of connections between Elon and Ripple as well. Then there's this, breaking, both U.S. presidential campaigns are accepting Bitcoin donations. But they're not just accepting Bitcoin, they're accepting crypto donations. But then Coinbase pointed this out for some reason. Kamala Harris is not directly accepting crypto donations. A PAC is, Coinbase says. Why did they go out of their way to debunk this? Does Coinbase not like Harris? Most likely because they know a Harris win will be an even bigger crackdown on crypto into the future. I'm seeing the same thing because I don't see her as being crypto friendly at all. But that's just my opinion. This comes from Smoke. Instant payment is gearing up to take off in the United States, and Fednow will be the spark. As always, it's laid out in the documentation. Focus on the facts. After Fednow reaches 50% adoption nationwide, there will be a greater justification to suddenly get connected to the network. At the current rates of adoption, Fednow connectivity in the United States will be at 50% among banks and credit unions at the end of 2024. Federal representatives are counting on FOMO in the financial community regarding Fednow adoption. So they are also looking for a flip of the switch moment for Fednow here in the United States. I honestly think that's going to happen, but it's going to depend on the fees. Because, like, if you use the Fednow service on Uphold, there's like a $10 fee to use that service to get the money instantly. If there's going to be fees, I think adoption's going to be lagging. If there's no fees, adoption will happen very quick. But that's also going to be very big as we push ahead. Over a third of millennials and Gen Z use a Fintech app, Venmo, Cash App, etc., as their primary checking account. Bitcoin acceptance won't come from converting opponents, but from new generations growing up familiar with it. You know, the younger generation, they all know about technology. You honestly think they're looking at Bitcoin? They're looking at what's going to revolutionize the world. What's the future? What is this cryptocurrency built to do? And when they're using cash apps, they're pushing away from the checking account because they all know the banks are broken as well. Now, I'm sure a lot of people will get involved with Bitcoin over time. But once you join the community, the crypto communities on X, all of a sudden you start to realize almost every single network out there is better than Bitcoin when it comes to real world use case. And you know, when you talk about Venmo, Cash Apps, and etc., you know, a lot of them still have problems in the back end. The front end looks great, but then you walk around the back and it looks like a train wreck, because that's where Swift is. And that's what Ripple is looking to fix. And that's how you know eventually RippleNet technology will be integrated in every single app out there. You won't even know you're using RippleNet, and the technology will be there because mass adoption is coming. New video on XRP Ledger Land Registry, a collaboration between Ripple, the Colombian government, and Persist. XRP stamped QR-enabled certificates of ownership for instant, reliable verification. Remember that partnership that happened last year? Well, it looks like now it's about to go live, because last year it was an announcement. Now we get to see the value from it. This comes from Black Swan Capitalist. There's no question that what we're seeing with XRP and other global events is a clear case of controlled disclosure. Key players are strategically releasing information in a controlled fashion to influence and shape perceptions to steer markets. It's surprising how only a few realize that Ripple's protocol is already integrated into every major global payment system, all of those rails. As for all those projects and developments, they're riding on those original rails thanks to interoperability. And yeah, that includes stablecoins. It seems like what we get is limited information. We get announcements, but I think a lot of bigger things are happening in the background behind those NDAs. It's the same reason that we're watching the BRICS push ahead very fast now. A new financial system is coming together. We already know XRP and XLM is at the heart of that new financial system. All those rails, and every single day almost, a new rail is set up in between these two countries. Then all of a sudden another rail is set up between these two countries. Eventually, XRP is going to be moving money on those rails. But do you ever take notice, even when they're talking about CBDC, they always show you how a CBDC can fix a lot of problems. I'm not a fan of CBDC. In fact, I would like to see them utilize XRP and fix the current financial system. And that can happen very quick if they were to push in that direction. The problem here in the United States is that everything seems to just keep running along. We keep pushing deeper and deeper in debt, creating more problems, you know, allowing our cities to be overtaken with crime. And, you know, nobody wants to fix anything until something breaks. In the US, once something breaks, all of a sudden, then you get the fix to the problem. We are going to see the same thing happen with the rollout of the new financial system. But you ever take notice, they already know that the technology fixes the entire banking system, yet they are reluctant to use it. It's the same reason that Ripple has been held back for so long with the SEC. Dollar Tree has fallen 21% today. This is not a good sign for the US consumer. according to CBS. Americans are having to choose between food or keeping the lights on. You know, when you take a look at the dollar stores dropping that way, we just seen it happen with Dollar General as well. Yet they're trying to tell us on the mainstream media news that the economy is bouncing back. You only see what they want you to see. What's really happening is that the U.S. is falling apart, and eventually they are going to need a fix. But I always said, I remember back years ago, somebody once told me, when your town gets a dollar store, it means your town is finished. And I always laughed that off, and I thought to myself, what does that really mean? But then all of a sudden you look around and all the little stores are gone, and all that's left are the dollar stores. If they were to abolish the IRS and the Fed, the United States would build back so quick, it would shock the entire world, because people would be remodeling their houses. They'd be opening up small businesses. They'd be buying businesses and improving them. This country would turn around overnight if you got rid of those 2 3-letter agencies. This country would be improved. It would heal from the inside out. And that's what I'm hoping to happen. They get rid of the Fed and then later get rid of the IRS. Because honestly, we don't need the IRS. This country is paying way too much in taxes right now. A lot of the problems, a lot of the reason people can't make ends meet is because of taxes as well. It's the inflation and taxes at the same time that is wiping out the middle class. But that's why you invest in something like XRP. So you can break away from the broken system. So you can enrich yourself. So you can get that financial freedom. So you never have to rely on the government for anything. But we are going to experience a massive run-up. And I think it's going to start before the end of this month. I think it's going to start with the Fed cutting rates and Ripple's new RLUSD coin going live. And hopefully we continue upward from there. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.